Hello and welcome to another LeetCode Solutions video. This is problem number 4, median of two sorted arrays. This problem is given two sorted arrays nums1 and nums2 of size m and n respectively. Return the median of the two sorted arrays. The overall runtime complexity should be O of log m plus n. Example 1 for this problem, we're given an input nums1 array of 1 and 3 and our nums2 array is just 2. Our output will be 2. This is because you can merge the two arrays and see that it's 1, 2, 3, and the median of this would be 2. For example 2, we're given nums1 of 1, 2, and nums2 of 3, 4. The output for this is 2.5, and this is because when we merge it into one array, we have 4 values in our array, and the median would be the average of the two middle indexes. So it's 2 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 2.5. So let's go through an example. For this example, we'll have nums1 as 1, 3, 5, 7, and nums2 will be 2, 3, 4. For this solution, we need to ensure that we're dividing the array in such a way that the number of elements on the left side is equal to the number of elements on the right side. And we'll do that by using partitions within both of our input arrays. And we'll calculate our partition position in both of the arrays based on the mid index of our smaller of the two arrays. And this partition will separate the left and the right halves of the combined array. And we'll continue to loop through our two input arrays until we have a valid partition. To get a valid partition, we'll have to have the maximum elements on the left side will need to be less than or equal to the minimum elements on the right side. So to start off, first thing we want to do is determine which of our two arrays is smaller. So in this case, it's our nums2 array, which has a length of 3. And we'll use our smaller of the two arrays to calculate our first partition. We'll have two main points in our combined array that we want to keep track of, our left and right. And these are used to determine if we need to move left or right with our partition to find a valid one. So starting off, our left will just be equal to 0, and our right will be equal to the length of the shorter of the two arrays. In this case, nums2 is shorter, and its length is 3. Next, we'll want to calculate our partitions. Our first partition will be based off our left and right points and will be equal to left plus right divided by 2. And for all of the division we're going to be doing round down division, so we stay with whole numbers. These numbers will be used for indexes in our arrays. So in this case, 3 plus 0 divided by 2 is 1.5, but we're going to round it down to 1. Our second partition will be based off our first, and it'll be equal to half the total length of our combined array minus our partition 1. So our second partition will be 4 plus 3, which is the length of nums1 plus the length of nums2, divided by 2, rounded down, so that's 7 divided by 2, which is 3.5, rounded down to 3, minus 1 equals 2. Next, we're going to want to use our partitions to calculate our max and min values within the correlated array. So the first thing we want to do with partition 1 is make sure it's not equal to 0 or the length of our shorter arrays. So since it's not 0 or 3, we're good. Now that we have our partitions, we want to calculate our minimum and maximum values based off of our partitions. So our partition 1 will be used with our nums2 input since it's the shorter of the two arrays, and our partition 2 will be used with nums1 since it's the longer of the two arrays. So to find our max left value in our nums2 array, we want to take our partition 1 and subtract it by 1 and use that value as our index in nums2. So in that case, partition 1 minus 1 is 0, and our position 0 in nums2 array is 2. To find our minimum right value in nums2, we take partition 1 and use that as an index in nums2. So partition 1 is equal to 1, and in position 1 of nums2 is 3. Now we'll use our partition 2 to do the same in our nums1 array. So our maximum left value in nums1 is our partition 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1, and our value in nums1 position 1 is 3. And now finding our minimum right value in our nums1, we take our partition 2 and use that as an index in nums1 array. So in nums1 array, at position 2, we have 5. Now using these 4 values, we can determine if we have a valid partition or not. To have a valid partition, we need our max left 1 value to be less than or equal to our minimum right 2 value. And we need our max left 2 value to be less than or equal to our min right 1 value. That's this statement here. In our case, this is true, so we do have a valid partition, and now we can use our max and min values to calculate our median. Since the total length of our combined array is odd, all we need to do to determine our median is to take the minimum value between our two min right values. In this case, our min right 1 value is 3 and our min right 2 value is 5, so the minimum between those two is 3. So for this problem, the median of our two arrays is 3. Let's jump into the code. The first thing we want to do is determine which of our two input arrays is shorter and swap the shorter one to be nums1 and our longer one to be nums2, just to make it easier for the rest of the problem. Next thing we want to do is determine the total length of our combined input arrays, and we can do that by taking the length of our nums1 array and add it to the length of our nums2 array. And we're also going to want to know half the total length, so we'll take our total length divided by 2 and we'll use 2 division signs to round down. Next, we're going to want to define our left and right points, and our left will be equal to 0 and our right will be equal to the length of our shorter of the two arrays, which, since we've swapped them, will always be nums1. Next, we're going to want to use a while loop to loop as long as our left is still less than or equal to our right. Within this while loop, we're going to be calculating our two partitions and our max left values and our min right values. And once we have a valid partition, we'll just be exiting this loop early. First, we'll calculate partition 1, which is our left value plus our right value divided by 2, and we'll be rounding down again for this division. Next, we'll calculate partition 2, which is equal to half length minus partition 1. Now that we have our partitions, let's calculate our max left values and our min right values. For our max left 1 and our min right 1 values, we'll be using partition 1 and our nums1 array. And for our max left 2 and min right 2 values, we'll be using our partition 2 with our nums2 array. One thing we also want to do with our max left and our min right values is make sure that our partitions are not equal to 0 or the length of the respective input array, so we can add the checks in line for all of these calculations. And if the partition is equal to 0 or the length of the input array, we'll just set the values to -infinity or infinity. The max left values will be -infinity and the min right values will be infinity. Now that we have our max left and min right values calculated, we can check to see if we have a valid partition. And our partitions are valid if our max left 1 value is less than or equal to our min right 2 value, and our max left 2 value is less than or equal to our min right 1 value. And if this is true and we have a valid partition, we want to determine if our total length of our combined arrays is even or odd. If it's even, we'll have to take the max of our max left values and add it to our min of our min right values and divide it by 2. And if it's odd, we'll just take the min of our min right values. And at this point, with our valid partition and our median, we've solved the problem, so we can just return our median value. This takes care of what we do when we have a valid partition, but now we need to take care of the case where we have an invalid partition. When we have an invalid partition, we'll either need to move our partition to the right or to the left, and we can do that by updating our right and left values. So when our max left 1 value is greater than our minimum right 2 value, we're going to want to move our partition to the right. Otherwise, we'll be moving our partition to the left. At this point, we're done with our solution. So let's try running this. All test case passed, so let's submit. Our solution was accepted, so that's it for this problem. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to check out my channel. Thanks for watching.